A native of Laceyville, Pennsylvania, Brendon Hitchcock played baseball at Binghamton from 2003 to 2007. He graduated with a bachelor's degree in accounting in 2007 and went on to earn his master's degree in business from Bloomsburg University in 2012. A four-time America East All-Conference selection, Hitchcock is the program's all-time hits leader whose achievements paved the way for the unprecedented team success that immediately followed his tenure. As a freshman outfielder, he recorded 47 hits and 30 RBI to help the Bearcats more than double their win total from the previous season. In 2005, Hitchcock helped steer Binghamton to 12 conference wins and its first America East postseason berth. He hit above 400 during the regular season before finally landing on a league-best .399, which ranked 30th in the country. A first-team all-conference selection at first base, Hitchcock established a school record with 73 hits, stole 11 bases, and had a .481 on-base percentage. As a junior, Hitchcock repeated as a first-team all-conference selection after hitting .370 in league play. He ripped 21 extra base hits and drove in 46 runs as BU increased its win total for a third straight year. In his senior season, Hitchcock was named America East Player of the Year after leading the 2007 Bearcats to a 17-5 conference mark and the program's first ever regular season crown. He hit .366 with 39 RBI and a .468 on-base percentage. At first base, Hitchcock committed just 3 errors in 438 chances. He graduated holding school records for career batting average, hits, and RBI, and after the first 61 years of baseball at the university, he remains the all-time hits leader and ranks among the top 6 in 7 offensive categories. Hitchcock was the lone player selected as America East Baseball Scholar Athlete in 2006 and 2007. He also was an academic All-American and received a SUNY Chancellor's Award for Student Excellence in 2007. Hitchcock was a member of the university team that qualified for the National PricewaterhouseCoopers Extreme Accounting Competition. He was named the university's Jake Pittler Award winner in 2007 and signed a professional contract after graduation. Brendon Hitchcock, forever enshrined in the Binghamton University Athletics Hall of Fame.
I really think that Brendon, was under-recruited, and maybe because of his size. I'm not really sure what else people were missing on him, because I was kind of surprised that, some of the bigger schools that he was exposed to, maybe the Penn States of the world and Pitt and, even into West Virginia, because that's where his travel team was kind of going those days. More schools weren't on him, so we made a push for him and felt very fortunate that he decided to come to Binghamton. And as soon as he got on campus, I knew he was a different type of young man. He was very serious about the commitment he was making here as a student athlete. And from the baseball side of things, immediately watching him practice on a day-by-day basis, you could tell he had a special skill set. And so from that point forward, he was a guy that we put in our starting lineup essentially every day for 4 years. And I look back at it now and very fortunate that he decided to be a Bearcat.
The first thing I remember is Coach Collins, our hitting coach at the time, just raving about how good of a hitter he was. And this is before I even had met Brendon. He just kept going, wait till you see this guy we got from Wyalusing, Pennsylvania. I'm thinking, what is Wyalusing, Pennsylvania? I don't know where that is. And then, when I met him, so I'm thinking some big 6'6", left-handed power hitter. And my first impression was that's the guy he's been talking about, because he was shorter, stockier guy, but then watching him hit, it was pretty evident from the beginning that he was going to be special. Right? I mean, right away, just seeing him hitting the cage, you could tell he was a polished hitter that didn't look like a freshman.
Brendon really handled the bat very well in all situations. If he was ahead in the count, he looked to drive the ball and get guys in. If he was down in the count, he looked to use whatever skills he had to adapt to the pitch that was made on him, truly use the entire field. And so, from an offensive standpoint, he has been as pure a hitter as I've seen come through this program.
He took a lot of heat for singing the national anthem, I think. He did a great job. He was a great singer. I just think it was funny to see him out there in his uniform, before the game, and then go out there and go 4 for 4. It was pretty neat to see because it's something that you don't normally see, in a player.
Well, he was very proud of everything that he did. The musical stuff that he did in high school. We actually were able to get a copy of a videotape that had him performing one time. We brought it on a road trip and popped it in, and we kind of watched a little bit of it on one of our bus trips. It was kind of neat to watch him perform. Very talented in that realm. I'll never forget the day he told me he had signed up for something called extreme accounting, and I asked him why, and he just said for the fun of it. And I thought to myself, that doesn't sound like fun, but in Brendon's world, again, something that he was very passionate about. And then you throw the baseball into it, and you talk about as a well-rounded young man as you could ask for, and probably the true definition of what a student athlete should be, and because that's what he was. He really did a great job in the classroom. Did a great job on the baseball field for us, obviously, and then away from the field, carried himself like a gentleman at all times, was nothing less than first class. And again, think back of him, not just about his contributions on the baseball field, but being well-rounded, a great teammate, a young man who's very passionate about everything that he did. And those types of people are very rare to find when you're talking about young men who are 18 to 22 years old. So I look back at it and think of my time coaching him as really remarkable and maybe one kind of experience, because those kids just aren't out there every day.
Greatest hitter in Binghamton University history, and I'm proud to say I got to play with him for 4 years and still call him my friend.
This is a well-deserved honor, and I'm very proud of looking back at the time that he spent here at Binghamton. I'm proud of him, and I'm very happy for him that he can share this experience with other Hall of Fame members and have his place where he truly deserves to be, which is in the university's Hall of Fame.